Hey there. Finer points in squatting. So one of the first couple real big things that I'm going to go over is spinal alignment and how to keep your spine integrity intact under load, and how you get down into the bottom position and still have power when you come out, without trying to recover good positioning once you're down there, right? So first thing is, of course, spinal integrity. So we're under load all the time, standing, seated. Only time we're not is when we're lying on the ground. So you're going to lie on the ground and get this feeling. You're going to bend your knees, get this feeling of how your back is supposed to feel without collapsing your low back onto the floor. So you're going to have a natural, you can actually do a couple pelvic tilts, and then let your pelvis rest in a neutral, comfortable position. All right. So this is how you're going to keep your spinal integrity. Everything from your head and how far away your chin is from your chest, to your thoracic spine, down to your pelvis. All right. Of course, this is going to move when you're doing anything, right? When you're squatting, when you're doing swings and cleans. So while I'm down here, we're going to work on some lat engagement. So think of all of your joints pushing towards your heels, shoulders down to your hips down to your heels, and you're going to feel how your lats engage right off the bat. So you're going to pull your shoulders down, all your joints towards your heels, and then lengthen out your spine. So you're not trying to push your spine towards your heel, you're trying to take it from your tailbone and pull it out through the crown of your head, right? So this isn't anything new. This isn't any great breakthrough I've had. It's just regurgitation of what we already know, right? So here's your lat engagement. So you want to get this feeling as you swing, as you press, as you clean, and your lats will keep your spinal integrity intact. So because your lats are a big stabilizer. So when you're in this position, when you squat, you're going to flex your lats, push your joints down to your heels. And so I have a tendency to overarch, but if you tighten up your abs, you won't overarch, because if you try to tighten up your abs and then overarch, it just doesn't work, right? So you're going to stay nice and tight in your stomach, pull your joints down to your heels, engage your lats, keep your chin the same distance away from your chest, just like you were on the floor, so you're not up like this or down like that, right? And then come back up. So when you clean, I'm going to do this while I'm sitting here, is pull your shoulders down, and it'll keep your back from rounding out. So when you engage your lats, it's really hard to engage your lats when your back is rounded. So here, so when you clean, you're going to be in this position here, not up here, not like that, especially with those double cleans. So don't try to get your distance behind you by reaching and rounding your back. You're actually going to reach your hips back further and really get that eccentric load, and hips and hamstrings involved, right? So you want to push back here. It's a good way to work with a partner is have them grab a towel underneath them like that, and you get behind them and you pull. And so you want to resist it, and if you don't resist it, you're going to do that. You're going to round over. But if you push your joints down to your heels, down back towards your hips, this way you'll stay in this aligned, the proper spinal alignment. So the squats, imagine that your leg is in a tunnel, and your hip, or I should go from the ground up, your ankle, knee, hip is all in line. So you don't want your ankles to be in, knees out, and then hips go back in, and have your feet go like this, your legs go like that. So think of it as in a tunnel. So when you go down to the bottom, you don't have to worry about collecting yourself and trying to get organized while in the position. You're already organized and ready to pop out. Everything's the same in your back, right? When I'm under load, I normally don't go that low as I was going. So I usually just break parallel and then come back up. There's really no reason for me to go all the way down, because what it does is messes with my spinal integrity, right? So if I come up just a little bit, I'm a little straighter, right? So grab a mirror and check yourself in the mirror. So just like you're running, when you're running, pushing others, I learned this from the K-Star from Mobility WOD. Think of as you're running. So when you're coming out of this tunnel, you want to get your foot straight, so when you step back into the tunnel, it's straight. If you come out of the tunnel crooked, then you're going to go back in crooked, or you're going to have to try to regather and reorganize yourself, and you're going to end up doing this hip thing. So, but if you're, boom, come straight out, that's what I've been working on. So under load, find your squat points. Do with a goblet and the goblet squat first. Organize yourself, pull your joints down towards your heels, tighten up your abs. Imagine your abs are behind a shield, and it's called breathing behind the shield. So you're nice and strong, like in a corset, right? So you're not trying to push out, suck in, you're just braced. So lat engagement, tight stomach, proper alignment with your knees and hips. I think you'd be good to go. Any more questions, email me and I'll be happy to help you out. There you go.